It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Thursday Travel and Cruise Industry News. On this, the 20th day of April, 2023, coming to you from Central Virginia area, right near Lynchburg, Bedford County. A couple of announcements to make this morning. Of course, we do have the Cruise Amigos coming up at 12:30 my time. There's an excellent possibility that Amigo John will not be with me today. I haven't heard from Martin yet. But John had is a really good friend for some 40 years, I think. So much so that when Bob's health started to fail several years ago, John moved him up close to him so he could basically take care of him. He was moved into a nursing home, I don't know, sometime within the last few months. Well, he passed away this morning, so John will be taking care of all of those arrangements. They even, when they moved him from the nursing home this morning, it was with military honors and quite moving. Just, I was quite moved, and I never met the man. But so anyway, I'm not counting on Amigo John being with me today, which is fine. Mr. Bucket List and I will be doing another live stream on the 28th for our May 1st cruise on Norwegian Joy. I got a list of all of my the guests that will be in my group. So we have had some add-ons, some people that I didn't know. So that's good. But hopefully we'll have all of them come on the show and find out what we're going to be doing. Of course, we're also going to be kind of marrying our group with the folks from the Norwegian Joy's solo group and see if we can't join together on some activities and so forth. But anyway, Mr. Bucket List and I have got a pretty good plan of attack laid out for that cruise. I'll be flying down on the 30th from Richmond, and we'll be getting, of course, on the Joy at 11 o'clock on Monday. By the way, that day I will probably attempt to do a show early that morning, like 7, 8 o'clock. Because I have an 11 o'clock time at the port. And the last report I got is that traffic is horrendous getting from where I'm going to be staying over to Norwegian's facilities at Port Miami. So I got to give myself a little extra time. But at any rate, that's coming up 2 weeks from now, a little less than 2 weeks now. If you have not done so, I would appreciate you smashing that thumbs up button, the like button. That helps the channel out a lot. If you have not subscribed, please consider this as my invitation to subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification. You'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is posted. Today, folks, is National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day. That's a mouthful. For years, I could not even taste pineapple upside down cake as I was allergic to pineapple. As I've gotten older and have gone through chemo twice now, things have changed. I'm no longer allergic to pineapple. And oh my goodness, I love pineapple. Love it. So I'm trying to make up for all the years I couldn't eat it. So today I could go out and find some pineapple upside down cake and have a slice. I might do that. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big hitters, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, all the guys. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always, if you want to, hop over on the video feed. In the description of the podcast, there'll be a link. So you can always just hop over and check out any pictures or clips we might be using on that day's show, and then go right back to your podcast. So, all right, today's top story, folks. The lead story for today has to do with a celebrity. Celebrity Japan Cruise is oversold. Celebrity Cruises has reached out to select guests booked on the October 24th, 2023, sailing of Celebrity Millennium to let them know that their cruise has been oversold. Some got messages that their reservation had been canceled. The email reads, and I quote, "We are sincerely regretful to inform you, due to a rare and unexpected inventory error, your Celebrity Millennium 12-night Japan sailing departing October 24th has been oversold. This is not a situation we encounter often, and one we are truly disheartened to report. We regret to advise that we have no choice but to cancel this booking. Please know that we exhausted every possible option to avoid having to take this action." The impacted cruise is a 12-night round trip, best of southern Japan, sailing from Tokyo with 7 ports of call in such spectacular destinations as Shimizu, Kyoto, Okinawa, and Korea. Guests booked aboard that sailing should note that the cruise is not entirely canceled, but guests in overbooked cabins may have their individual reservations canceled. Celebrity Cruises has not released details of why some guests are canceled and others are not, though such decisions can be based on a variety of factors, such as cabin type, when the initial reservation was made, whether the booking is already paid in full, the loyalty status of the booked guests, and other possible consideration. For guests whose reservations are now canceled, Celebrity is offering 2 options. Guests may choose to lift and shift the reservation to select alternative Asia voyages with cruise fare honored for a like stateroom category. Guests may choose from 3 alternative 12-night sailings aboard Millennium in 2024, September 24th, October 6th, and October 18th departures. The option also includes a refund of other costs, such as non-refundable flights and other travel arrangements associated with the cruise, up to $500 per guest, with appropriate documentation. The second option is for guests to cancel their cruise altogether, which would result in a full refund of all monies paid, as well as a future cruise credit of $450 for any future cruise booking on any ship and for any destination. Guests canceling their cruise will also receive a $500 refund of other documented ancillary costs. This isn't the first time that a Royal Caribbean ship has been oversold. It's happened several times with Royal Caribbean, a couple times with Celebrity, but not to this extent. I mean, my goodness, how about somebody if they booked a bucket list cruise to Japan that they wanted to do all their lives, and then it gets canceled on them? That would suck. So whatever caused it to get oversold, they need to fix. All right. Back with more news after this. Roll into spring in style with great savings on top-rated mobility devices. Flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping. Spring is waiting for you to get out and go exploring. Scoot Around and Will Power Chairs are offering 8% off on all mobility devices on the website. The offer ends in 3 days, the 23rd. So you need to jump on it if you're interested at all. You can shop online or call 844-664-7467. Use the SRN 11137 and get your mobility device at an 8% discount. Second story today has to deal with our friends over at Sun. In October 2024, Princess Cruises will introduce its newest ship, the Sun Princess, in the USA. The ship is the largest in the Sphere class and will be offering 7 and 14-day itineraries out of Port Everglades, that's Fort Lauderdale, of course, to Caribbean destinations. The first will launch in February of 2024 and provide, the ship rather will first launch in February of 2024, provide Mediterranean and European cruises before heading to Port Everglades for the winter season. Guests on the Sun Princess will have the opportunity to enjoy both the stunning Caribbean islands and relaxing days at sea. On board, there will be plenty of entertainment options in state-of-the-art venues, ample areas for relaxation with beautiful views, and the largest casino in Princess Cruises history. Sun Princess is currently being constructed at Fincantieri shipyard in Italy. Will be a large ship weighing 175,000 tons, accommodating up to 4,300 guests. She'll offer a variety of new dining options, entertainment and activities, as well as luxurious staterooms and suites in various categories. So the Sun Princess is going to be awesome. Of course, it will also have the Princess Medallion technology, which offers personalized experiences typically found on smaller ships, along with the amenities of larger ships. The ship's inaugural Mediterranean and European cruises in 2024 are already on sale, while the Caribbean voyages will become available for purchase starting today. All right, I'll be back with another news story after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. And finally, this morning, Marella Cruises, we don't get to talk about them very much, have announced it has chosen 2 of its own crew members as godmothers of the newest ship, the Marella Voyager. And a departure from the typical choice of celebrities, Marella Cruises has selected Chief Purser Tatiana Okavaska, and Senior Destination Services Operations Manager Jackie Nobile, who together have over 40 years of combined experience in the cruise industry across various roles and ships. The selection process for the Godmothers involved reaching out to leadership teams within TUI, the parent company of Marella, to identify the most deserving candidates. Criterion for nomination focused on length of service and progression within Marella over time, and ultimately Olkavaska and Nobile were awarded the honorary positions. The two long-serving crew members will attend the ship's launch and naming ceremony in Malaga on May the 31st of this year, where they will have the honor of christening the vessel. So congratulations to Marella and to the two ladies who will be the godmother of the Marella Voyager that was formerly Mein Schiff. It's undergoing an extensive refit following the transfer from TUI Cruises' German division. It's set to begin sailing with guests on June the 3rd of this year. All right, that's actually going to wrap me up for the news portion of today. Wasn't a whole lot in the news world this morning, as a matter of fact. Let's go see who's in the chat room today. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Amy's here. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Steve's with us. Good morning, Steve. Is practice with the wheelchair going well? Yes, it is. I have a couple little minor things that I got the book out and read through it. I can't remember how to lift the arms up. Like if I'm sitting at a table and I want to raise the arms so I've got more turning space. I can't remember where the secret is on that. But yeah, I went out yesterday. I rolled around, the parking pad and out in the yard some. It does wonderfully in the grass. It does okay on the roughness of the graveled surface. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with everything so far. Getting it out of the car and unfolding it was easy. Folding it up is equally as easy. I gotta get a little better at doing things like removing the batteries that I'll have to do to get on the airplane, for instance. I have to take the batteries out. I have to take it's safest if I take the joystick off, which that's a plug and play kind of thing. It has a wire that unhooks, and then you actually unscrew a little screw and the whole thing comes out. So, but yeah, it's, thanks for asking, Mike. I went out and played with it several times yesterday, and I'll do so today. I've got to get, a lot better. It's somewhat unusual for me to have the joystick and how, it's really sensitive. So I've got to get used to that and decide which hand I'm left-handed. So far, I've been using the joystick with the right hand. I'm thinking if I do okay right-handed, then my left hand is free to do other things. But I haven't totally decided on that one yet. But yeah, we're getting there. So by the time I leave here on the 30th, I will be well versed and well practiced and well ready to do everything. So, and then again, folks, once I get on the ship, I will have the scooter also. I'm used to using the scooter on the ship. I don't see that changing. it's possible that I want to go ashore, use the chair. One of the things that I need to check on and watch is they say 10% is maximum incline to go up or down. So if the incline is greater than 10%, I may have to walk down the gangplank, which I can do, and have one of the assistants take the chair down, and I get back on it on the dock, or vice versa, back on the boat. So again, I've got to play with it until I find my comfort zone. On this cruise, we've got some terrific ports. It stops in Costa Rica. It stops in Panama. It stops in Colombia at Cartagena, which I'm familiar with. I definitely want to go back with my camera to see if the sloth is still there, and get the picture with me and the sloth. And then there's a possibility of going on into Old Town too in Cartagena. I'll play that by ear as well. Then we go to Aruba and Curacao, which I have not been to either for some time, but are two of my favorite islands. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we stop in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. So it's an 11-day, 12-day, 11 or 11, I guess it's 11-night cruise. So, but yeah, I may use the chair at the ports of call rather than the scooter, because it gives me the option possibly of doing more. But I'll probably use the chair on the cruise ship like I always have used the chairs. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. She says hello to everybody. Steve said he should trick out his new wheels with some LED lights. Yeah, I've had all kinds of suggestions on racing stripes and flames, and yeah, no. That ain't gonna happen. Mike saying hello to everybody. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Gretchen's here. Emily's here. Good heavens. Gang's all here this morning. Hi, hi, Gretchen. Hi, Nikki. So anyway, again, it was a very short news day today, folks. And that happens every now and again. We'll be here for the Cruise Amigos. I may be doing the Cruise Amigos totally by myself today, which if that happens, that happens. Again, of course, my thoughts are with John because of the loss of his friend Bob. But I'm sure I'll be talking to him later on today. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today. Of course, I'll be here tomorrow, same time, same channel. Doing the same kind of silliness. Again, folks, don't forget, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate that. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. That helps the channel out a lot. And that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.